let's review Hyrule Warriors, created by Koei Temco in 2014. Since this game is a marriage of Zelda and Dadozy Warriors, let's talk briefly about both. The Zelda series is one of the most influential game series of all times, with many of the games rated a perfect 10 out of 10. It continually revolutionized the genre of action-adventure, allowing the player to freely roam around their expansive map even when primitive consoles could barely support it. It also has clever use of item mechanics to progress the dungeons or defeat monsters. Dadozy Warriors is a hack-and-slash action game where you get to live your power fantasy of destroying dozens of soldiers with a single combo. The action takes place on a large battlefield where your army is clashing with another army, and you have to conquer commanders, bases, and outposts to give your army the advantage. Even though you are super powerful, you cannot be everywhere at once, so you must push where your help is strategically needed. In my opinion, Hyrule Warriors is one of the best versions of the Dadozy Warrior clones. Because the Zelda series has elements of an action game, it translates much more easily into the hack-and-slash genre than another franchise like Fire Emblem. Hyrule Warriors follows some of the brilliant game design mechanics of the classic Zelda, which encourages engagement and experimentation. One example of Zelda mechanics is how you must exploit the boss's weakness in order to damage it. Usually, after you gain a new tool, such as the boomerang, bomb, or hookshot, the game will introduce an enemy that is weak to that tool. The game rewards you for exploiting their opening by dealing massive damage in a finishing attack cutscene. At the beginning of a mission, you can choose your main playable hero and their weapon. There are a lot of heroes to choose from, and each hero also has a secondary weapon, which changes the way their combos perform and also their element. For example, Link's main weapon is a sword, but he can choose to give up the sword and equip the fire rod for levels that are weak against fire. This creates a staggering number of ways to play. The action combat is fast, fluid, and fun. Hyrule Warriors excels in showing hundreds of enemies. The frame rate on the Nintendo Switch version feels very smooth, and I enjoy the varied environments of the battlefield. The battlefield consists of large open rooms called forts. If you continue to fight inside the fort captain will eventually appear. Defeat the fort captain, and you will capture the fort. If the enemy defeats your fort captain, then it is recaptured by the enemy. The battlefield active minimap shows the fort's locations, outposts, army concentrations, and special targets with the color based on their affiliation. I sometimes found the minimap cluttered and confusing when there are too many objectives going on. Each mission is a scripted series of events that occur, and you need to follow the objectives or you will lose. It often takes effort and compliance to win, so if you're looking simply to mash X or Y to win, this game isn't it. Sometimes allies get in trouble, or conditions change that demands your attention. If a hero falls in battle, it's game over. If your main ally base falls, it's also game over. The game tries to destroy your main ally base by constantly sending waves of enemies from all sides, reinforcements, or bosses that teleport straight to your base, or even a ranged attack from the other side of the map that can destroy your base in minutes. There are 2 meters that fill up. One of them is a special attack meter, and the other one is the magic meter. A special attack will blow up everything around you in a crazy powerful attack. Using magic will greatly strengthen your character for a short while. Your character will automatically perform a super powerful attack. After each mission, you get new weapons and materials which you can use to strengthen your characters. Each weapon is character specific, and they sometimes have randomly assigned positive effects. The progression system is very interesting, and sometimes you're tempted to strengthen all of your characters just for fun. Each character has their own skill tree to unlock permanent upgrades such as new combos and resistance to elements. I found the combo system very fun and rewarding. You can replay missions to grind rupees, weapons, materials, or experience. The story is surprisingly good for a hack and slash game. It doesn't have fancy dialogue, but it is simple and impactful. The graphics and music are very good. It respects the Zelda franchise, and the enemies and areas are distinct and varied. I love the way the characters open the treasure chests. It's very much Zelda to the core. Each level has 2 heart pieces that permanently increases your maximum health. A heart piece can only be collected by a particular hero, so it gives a reason to replay the level to collect all the heart pieces. There is also a golden Skulltula hidden in each level that spawns for a short while. The game doesn't give you a lot of breathing room for bug hunting, so I tend to ignore it. I would recommend this game for someone who likes an engaging hack and slash with interesting mechanics. It's not as good as a real Zelda game, but it's worth a try. Dadozy Gaming gives this game an 8.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching and happy gaming!